Hello, everyone. Scott Zambelli here.
And I'm Jill Webler.
And we are Team Titans. Woo! Fist bump. Now you gotta look in your camera so you get it right. There you go. So here we are. For some reason, my little video didn't play. My intro video. I don't know why it didn't play. Hopefully you guys can hear us out there. Let's see here. Comments. Because I'm not hearing it in my headphones right now, but that's because we're not talking that way. All right. So we were having technical difficulties here. If you can hear us, type in a little hello. That'd be nice. Just so we know we're not just talking with no sound. Actually, I guess I could go on here. I'll go on here because we'll see it. So I can do a live test run here. So I hope everyone's doing well. Today is July 21st. Can you believe we're 3 weeks into July already?
I tell you what, this month is flying by, but then again, all of 2020 has not been normal, so I don't know what normal is anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just here to chime in, remind you, hey, we're here, guys. Real estate's still happening, even though the rest of the world seems to be shut down. There we go. Okay. It is working. The sound, so I was able to test that. So
it's
we are
always
good
to be heard.
Yes, it is. Definitely. So why are we here today? So just want to tell you guys, there's if you've ever put your house up for sale, or had it expire, or had a neighbor sell their house, you might experience an unwanted side effect of that, and that's 100 different realtors calling your phone. I, for one, I'm not a fan of telemarketers. How about you, Jill?
No, I do not like telemarketers. I think we are all programmed to automatically hang up on telemarketers or to ignore their call altogether. So I don't feel that's a successful way. You want to connect with people. You have to form a connection before anyone will even hear you. And telemarketing does not work.
Yeah. So, and for some people it does work. They call 1 million people a day, but we're not about that, which is why we want to talk to you guys about referrals. For us, we're strong believers in doing a great job and having our clients refer us to their friends and family. So for all of you people out there who've used us in the past, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And if you haven't used us, but you just know us on a personal level, we'd love to work with you or other people But a lot of times when we mention we love referrals, the automatic response people give is, oh, I don't know anybody. It's kind of the knee jerk.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody. Even like Jill, I'll embarrass her maybe. I don't know. But way back when you first were thinking about real estate, the first comment you made was, I don't know anybody. Who would I even tell that I'm a realtor? Right. I don't know anybody. And the average person knows well over 100 people on a personal level, whether it's people at your church, people at your work, your dentist office, doctor, plumbers, electricians, people.
Neighbors,
yes.
Parents of your children's friends, so
right.
There's a lot of people.
You have a much larger network of people that than you may realize. So we thought we would give some examples of different things. One of the driving factors in real estate, even when things are uncertain, whether, 10 years ago when things were really crashing, or the bubble bursted in real estate and things were going bad, people still need to move. There are still life circumstances that cause people to want to move.
Absolutely. So I know I'm going to give you some examples of times I've had to move. For example, before I had gotten married, I decided I wanted to have a place where we can move in eventually together and not rent. So for me, getting married was the reason why I bought my very first home. Then as time went on, we started having babies. And so then all of a sudden that house seemed awfully small. And so that was another reason why I had to move. And then, there's multiple, as things continue on in your life, we both got, he had gotten a job and we felt like we could afford to maybe move into a bigger home. As your children grow, you need more space. And so for me personally, those were some reasons why I needed to move.
Right. So there's all kinds of reasons, and life continues to happen, whether the market is really hot or it's really cold. It doesn't matter what it is. And you yourself may not realize it, but you probably know people who are at least thinking about moving. So these are some of the life situations we're asking you to please consider. And if you know somebody in these life situations, we'd appreciate, maybe ask them, hey, are you thinking about buying or selling a home? If so, we know these great people, Team Titans, Jill Webler, Scott Zambelli, who can help you out. We work throughout, we primarily focus on all of Macomb County. We tend to stick to the eastern part of Oakland County, northern part of Wayne County, and then we do a little bit even if you go out to like St. Clair County and in those areas. But we are located at 22 Mile and Hayes in Shelby Township, so we're pretty much dead center of Macomb County. So that's our primary service spot. But like I said, we go beyond that as well. But so keep this in mind. You have as home-related reasons, as this article calls it. Home is too small. Have a growing family, like Jill mentioned. If you're having kids, or we now live also in an era where people have their parents moving back into their house.
Oh yeah, we have had a lot of customers actually do that, which I think is great. They're wanting to help, save their families some money versus some of the costs related to like nursing homes, but also just taking care of them, that from a human aspect. So that's a great reason to maybe want to go into a bigger home.
Yes. Yep. And even then we're seeing changes in how things are being done because of having older parents in the house. People either want really large ranches or they're looking for houses with 2 master bedrooms, or they're looking at houses where there's access to a basement and maybe it's a fully finished basement with its own kitchen and bedroom and everything else down there.
So entry, like its own access, so it can come and go without bothering people on the main floor.
Exactly. And we have experience in helping you find those types of houses. So, if you know anybody in your life who's either having kids or parents are going to be moving in with them, their house may be too small. And those would be a great potential lead for us as realtors. Made a mistake. Here we go. Maybe you thought you could get away without a front yard, or the noise from the street is just too much, or maybe the pool is proving a pain to maintain.
Or you're wanting a pool. We're finding a lot of people have been wanting
pools
a pool.
Are coming back.
Yes.
Pools are coming back.
They're finding maybe with an HOA or maybe with the size of the yard that they can't put the pool in that they want.
All right, so maybe you've been living in a house for a while and you're just tired of that house for whatever reason, and you want to unload it and move to a different one. Interest rates are great right now. With the way the market is, you're going to make a great amount of money on the house that you're selling. So maybe you just want to make a lateral move. You're not looking to upsize or downsize. You just want a different location. We can help you there. It's a great time to do that as well. So anyone in your life is constantly complaining about their house, let us know. And to do these, we like to have what's called a warm contact, or a warm touch, as it's called, where you make the introduction for us. We're not just cold calling them out of the blue. We want to know that they want to hear from us. We don't like surprising people. Okay. Let's see. Financial reasons. A lot of people have all kinds of financial reasons. Right now, we're at a time where things might be tight with all the stuff going on with COVID-19. And, some people, maybe there's a lot of people out there who have very large homes in the area. You could easily be in a $400,000 or $500,000 house that you've lived in for the past 10, 15 years. Maybe you have some good equity built up. Maybe the kids have moved out. This might be a good time for you to sell your house at a premium with how hot the market is. Get that equity that you've paid in all these years, cash it out, and then you could downsize to a house. Maybe you buy a $300,000 house for cash, and then you have no mortgage payments to worry about,
Or maybe you're in a situation where your job is going great. You see some promotions coming up, some bonuses coming up. You think, hey, I really think we want to go into something larger. We financially can do this. We want to take advantage of the rates, like you said. So maybe let's make the jump now. I know next year this bonus is coming and it's going to work out, So there's a lot of different situations.
Yeah, definitely. All kinds of. And Another one is deferred maintenance. This is probably the number one reason we are seeing. You have two types of homeowners right now. Well, there's more than two, but two primary ones we keep running into. You are either, you've been in the house 10, 15 years, and it's now time to, the furnace is getting old, the AC is getting old, the roof is getting old, windows are getting old. Like 15 years seems to be this chunk of time that everything starts going. And we're seeing a lot of houses that were built in the 2000, 2005 era where those now need maintenance. They need the new roof and everything else, and that's expensive. So you tend to have two types of homeowners. They either put the money into the house and decide they're going to live there another 10 years.
Right.
Or they decide they don't want to do the work.
We are seeing houses where actually the majority of homes, people are not doing the updates.
Yeah.
They're just saying, hey, I'm going to move and let the next owners put in their finishing touches and design and colors and choices that they want. So yeah, we're seeing that a lot. We're finding a lot of people also are not necessarily saving their money to make those improvements.
Yeah.
So they're kind of sometimes coming up as a surprise, so.
Yeah, one of the downsides to buying the absolute biggest possible house you can get based upon your budget is, when you go for your pre-approvals, the bank will approve you for what you can afford for a payment. But that doesn't mean, but the problem is there's more expenses to a house than just the monthly payments. Every so many years, you're going to have certain costs to, replace things that break or whatever. And if you are spending 100% of your money on your mortgage payment, when those things come due, you're not going to have the money to do those daily maintenance items that are very key. So we are finding a lot of houses are going on the market because those people, A, don't want to do the work, or B, can't afford to do the work. So they are selling it and allowing somebody else to get it. Now, you as a buyer, you have to take this into account too, because the type of market we're in, it's a seller's market, and they're getting top dollars. Even there's a lot of homes out there. We hear it so many times. People are looking in the 300s, 350s, and they're like, well, I want a granite counters. I want a new roof. I want new this, new that other, whatever. New flooring. It's very common, a house in the 300s to need the roof, old carpet that needs replacing,
tile floor,
Formica counters. So people are going in there with this image in their head of what a $300,000 home is. And a lot of times they're getting shocked by the reality of what it is. It's very hard to find those ones that, and usually the ones that did do the work, it's only because they were planning on being in that house another 8-10 years, but life circumstances occurred and they needed to sell and make a move. So when those houses come up, be prepared. You can't go in with the traditional mindset of, I'm going to put a low offer in. When you find those houses right now, we've said it before in other videos. We've had it where 30 offers came in. We offered 20 grand above asking, offered appraisal guarantees, free occupancy, and we still weren't the highest.
Right.
So you have to go in very aggressive to get those houses when you find them that are nice. But it's a lot of these houses we're finding you need like 40, 50 grand of work to put into it if you want everything new, because those windows, the roof, like we said, the furnace, the AC, the flooring throughout, the granite counters, all those need to be put in. Windows, recessed lighting. A lot of these houses don't have recessed lighting because the style has changed from 20 years ago when these houses were built or the last time they've been remodeled. And so those updates aren't done. And if they were done, the house would be another 50 grand. So if you know anybody who is at that point where they don't want to put the work in, talk to us, because we know how to put the deal together to sell the house to maximize what you get. Because then, there's pricing strategies to take into account what your needs are as the seller, but also what the needs of the buyer are, because the buyer is going to need that cash up front to put that work into it. So we have strategies of how to structure your house to make it most desirable for those people.
Absolutely. And we have access to some really great mortgage lenders who have great products that can help you out too. There's some Michigan loans and some different things that they can talk to you about. So definitely talk to us. We'll get you in touch with the right financial people.
Now, people also have personal reasons for wanting to sell. Job transfers are big ones. Now this time of year with COVID-19, there's probably not a lot of people transferring jobs because of being transferred because of work promotions, but there could be job transfers, unfortunately, because places are downsizing or closing certain offices and reallocating people to different locations. So those kind of things can happen.
Well, and plus with COVID, we're seeing a lot more people working out of their home.
Yeah.
In fact, if it's both, two people are working out of the home and they both need a home office, that would be another reason. Perhaps now it's time to get a bigger home so that there's room for everybody.
Yeah, I mean that's really the new job transfer that's happening, is you're being transferred from an office into your house and working out of your house. And we are seeing, with so many people having dual incomes, we are seeing two family members having to work out of one house, and they might only have one good office space, but now they need two. So, and that could also fall into needing a larger house. You might need to buy a house with one more bedroom or a finished basement or some other room that you can use for a second office, so both of you can work from home.
Or a lot of people now, with school getting ready to start up, people are doing homeschooling. And so that extra bonus room can
suddenly becomes very important. Yeah, definitely. So, these are all just examples of, whether or not you're going to need a house. But what we're asking is, think about the people in your life who may be having these different circumstances occur, and just ask them, do you have somebody you would like to talk to for real estate? I know I have a guy, I have a girl who can, give you free advice. Our consultations are free. There's no charge. And we're here to help you. A lot of times people are like, oh, I don't want to waste your time. It's not a waste of our time. Us giving you knowledge on your situation and information and data is not a waste of time.
Now, I've also had, just to let you know, the service that Scott and I provide, we've had people who say, I don't even know what's out there. I have no idea, what this price range would get me that I'm thinking about spending. If you fall in that category and you want us, we have a list of buyers that we do a search for every day, and they give us the parameters of what they're looking for. And then we email them all the homes that came on the market. Every day we do this search, and that can kind of give you an idea. Like if you're thinking about, hey, I want to move to this certain area, what's the 3-bedroom ranch cost? Whatever. We can start sending you active listings so that you can see if it's something you're interested in.
That's right. All right. Some other reasons. Family. Some people want to live closer to family to see them more, and some people want to move farther from family to see them less. Whichever your case, we're willing to help you out. It's the reality of the world we live in. Ideally, all of us would absolutely love our families and want to be next to them all the time, but it doesn't always work that way. And we are here to help you with either situation. Need a new challenge. Some people, they like fixing up homes. We had one client who actually was a neighbor of mine at one time, and he was always working on his house, and he fixed his house up to the point where he knew any more improvements on his home was a waste of money. He had maxed out the value of his home. And so we helped him sell his house, and we found him this wonderful house that needed a ton of work. We just went there a few months ago, just before COVID happened. We were able to go to his house and see the progress. It was so awesome.
Yeah,
he knocked walls down, put an all new kitchen in, and every room was gutted all the way down to the studs. And it's awesome to see that kind of work. And he's been loving it because this is what he loves to do.
You see the pride that he has, in making this home exactly the way that he wants it.
And unfortunately, a lot of people don't want to do that anymore. But you can really build up your net worth very fast by putting sweat equity into your home. You put the time and energy into it, and you really do get a sense of pride of your home because you look at that and you did that.
Right.
So we have had clients like that where it's like, yeah, I'm done fixing up my home. I need another project. So it does happen. So let's see here. Things have changed, different interests and priorities. When you bought your house, maybe, you had a large family, and this will tie into, down below the empty nest syndrome. You needed 4 bedrooms and you needed 2,500 square feet and a finished basement and a large yard. But now you're at an age where your kids are moved out, they've gone to college or they've got their own families, and all of a sudden you realize you're only using 30% of the house. Well, maybe you want to downsize, or maybe a lot of people now like to travel. They would rather have a smaller home so they can have more money to travel. So those are all more reasons. So if you know somebody who absolutely loves to travel, but they're in a house that's sucking up all their money, maybe they should think about downsizing. We can help them with that. And then 2 others, retirement and death in the family. Unfortunately, that is a reality there as well. But I guess that fits into downsizing or empty nesting in a way. But yeah. Retirement. Active adult communities are attracting many buyers over the age of 55. And so if you're thinking about making a move like that, or nursing homes, right, or just downsizing, those are, so if you know somebody who's thinking about retiring, we can help. And then last but not least, death in the family. There are estate sales. There's, if you have a family house that, the family is selling to split up the assets or whatever, we can help with that as well. So there you go. So those are just some of, getting married, having kids, getting divorced, whatever it is. All of those things tend to come with a change in the type of house you need.
Now, we have had some customers who have wanted to either buy or sell vacant land. Maybe they're not ready to build on it yet, or perhaps they own vacant land and realize, hey, I don't have a need for this. That is also something we can help you out with. We also have had customers who love Michigan but would like to have a home out of state, to have a vacation home. And we were able to coordinate getting them an agent to work with them and finding a vacation home. So if you are in that position where you're like, hey, I think I would like to have a second home elsewhere, but I need an agent to help out, we can certainly help you out with that as well.
That's right. And I'm just typing in our contact info into the comments here. And what's your phone number, Jill?
586-277-2145.
And I can be reached at 586-549-6096. You see it up on the screen there, but I'm also putting it in the comments. I also put our website in the comments so you can easily find us. But we love what we do. We love helping you out. Like we like to say, relationship is our number one priority. It's more than just putting a sign in your yard and selling in your house. We want to know you. We want to meet your goals, needs and goals.
We make sure we're available to you too. A lot of agents, after a certain time of the day, they're unavailable.
Yeah.
We try to call them. Their mailboxes are full. They're not answering, or they're not working weekends. And if you are, looking to move quickly or sell your house quickly, you don't want to have an agent that's saying, hey, on weekends, we're going to be unavailable. We'll get to you whatever offers come in on Monday, because that gives your buyers enough time to change their mind and find a house elsewhere. So we are available. We work all day, evenings and weekends. We want to make sure we are there for you. You need us. You don't want us to be, not there when you find that dream home. So we want to be available to you.
And last but not least, I did a video on this a couple days ago, but in case you didn't see it, we are at record low inventory levels right now because houses are just selling so fast. And so when inventory levels are low, sometimes you'll have some people get desperate to get business. And we are seeing a rise in the discount realtor who's offering crazy low commission rates. Be careful. You get what you pay for. There is a reason why companies like Coca-Cola and McDonald's and everybody else spends money on advertising. The more people know about you and the house for sale, the more potential buyers you have. The more potential buyers, the higher your offer. And like we started out with, we're not telemarketers. We're not just, people refer people to us for a reason. And, we'll put our numbers up against anybody. Some very popular, well-known names out there on TV brag about 98% of asking price. We were getting 105.3% of asking price during the COVID stuff. So, that's almost 7% higher than the people who are bragging. So that pays for the commission in of itself.
And we would be happy to give you, if you want to talk to people that we've worked with before,
yeah,
we would be able to, get get that information for you as well, so you can hear what kind of service we've given our previous clients.
That's right. So once again, give us a call. 586-549-6096 is me.
586-277-2145 to reach me.
All right. Thank you, people, and have a wonderful day.